Crystal Palace 0, Leeds United 0, and oh my god, I had about 5 heart attacks in that game alone. That was one of the most end-to-end games I've ever seen, and not in a good way. They put us under more pressure than an erection in skinny jeans. How we managed to keep a clean sheet is actually beyond me, because Wilfried Zaha was roaming through like EE down that left-hand side with ease. The amount of times he managed to drift past Ayling, the amount of times he managed to get himself into the box and find himself in space was staggering. And if it wasn't for him misplacing a couple of his final balls, if it wasn't for Meslier pulling out a couple of last-ditch saves, oh my god, this could have been bad. Look, let's get the positives out of the way before we get into anything else. We got a point. It's a point that puts us a tiny bit away from Burnley. We're now 3 points clear of them. It's a point that puts us now 5 points ahead of Everton. Of course, Everton still have that game in hand, but at least we get an extra point away from them. We kept another clean sheet. We're unbeaten in our last 5, and we showed good aggression on the counter press. Now you're probably asking yourself, what do you mean, James? It was a game of patches. It was a game of 15-minute spells. What are you really talking about here? Well, let me tell you. Look, basically, I'm going to put it into little sections. Look at the first 15 to 20-minute spell, and Crystal Palace were all over us like a rash we couldn't get rid of. It was unbelievable, man. Conor Gallagher was picking up the ball with so much space in the middle of the park there. They were pinging that diagonal ball through to Dallas, left, right, and center. Every time Dallas got dragged out of position, and IU would be picking up that ball there like nobody's business in so much space, and we were very, very lucky not to concede a goal early on. And they were really just out-pressing us, out-pressurizing us, and outplaying us. Then you look at the 20 to 30 minute spell. Things start to change a little bit. Leeds start to get a little bit more of a foothold on the ball. We start to be a little bit more aggressive. We start to win the ball back a little bit quicker. But again, every time we tried to spring on the counter-attack, the final ball would let us down. We couldn't string more than 4 or 5 consecutive passes together. Our ball retention was horrific in that first half. Absolutely catastrophic. Then again, for the rest of the first half, it kind of petered away. It came back to another 50-50 game, and Palace were probably having the most of the joy on the ball. The majority of the joy on the ball. Bang! Second half starts. All of a sudden, first couple of minutes, okay, Leeds seem bang at it. We get the ball straight away, long ball to Rafinha. Okay, we're getting men forward. We're getting a bit of energy going. This is looking good. And then what happens? Bang! Straight away, another 10-15 minutes of Leeds not being able to string a couple passes together. Crystal Palace, again, unlucky not to get at least a good chance out of it. Again, piling on so much pressure on the edge of the box there. Klich losing his man a couple of times. Phillips making a couple of last-ditch interceptions to help us. And oh my god, did Luke Ayling come in clutch. The amount of times he made some last-ditch sliding challenge. The amount of times he just managed to get himself in there right at the last second. My man of the match, and I'll get onto him a little bit later on, but for me, my man of the match. What a performance. He was up for the physical battle. He showed the fight, the heart and desire that you need to get something out of these games. And I know Wilfried Zaha skinned him a couple of times, but Wilfried Zaha could skin a rock. Wilfried Zaha could skin a diamond. And I think if it wasn't for Luke Ayling in there, we could have found ourselves in serious trouble. And he sprung on a couple of counter-attacks. And that's going to get into this next 15-minute spell. The most impressive 15-minute spell I saw from Leeds the entire game. You're talking around that 55 to 65th, maybe 70-minute mark. Nah, actually, it's a little bit too much. 50th to 60-minute mark. Leeds are putting a lot of pressure on. A lot of pressure. Every time they try to break through on the counter-attack, bang, Leeds have about 5, 6, 7, 8 shirts there. Calvin Phillips is making quick interceptions. Stuart Dallas is there. Robin Cox, come on. He's winning the ball back quickly. And we're springing counter-attack after counter-attack after counter-attack. And we're actually managing to put a bit of pressure on. But again, we would lose the ball. They would come forward. We'd win it back very, very quickly. We would use so much energy springing 5, 6, 7 men forward, darting them all forward, and then someone would mess up the pass. Someone would hold on to it for too long. Jack Harrison would get the ball. He'd get the ball stuck under his feet. Rodrigo would get it stuck under his feet. Rafinha would mess up the pass. Robin Koch would do a stupid sideways pass and give it straight to them. The amount of times we wasted the ball in there, it was staggering. After that came another 20 minutes of just pure aggression from Crystal Palace. Attack after attack after attack after attack, and we were clinging on for dear life then. We almost gave away a penalty. I couldn't believe my eyes. Llorente slide tackled him with his ass, with his literal cheeks. I couldn't believe it. So close to giving away a penalty. He actually fouled him. He did foul Gallagher. He's just so lucky that his literal arse cheeks managed to touch the ball. If he had a flatter ass, we would have lost this game. And this is what I was saying before. We were getting the results. We have been getting the results. And yes, it is a clean sheet. But the performances haven't been living up to the billing. They just haven't. And how long can we keep doing this? How long can we keep performing like this and go to teams like Man City? Go up against teams like Arsenal. Go up against teams like Chelsea. Give them this much space in behind. They're going to get so much joy. They're going to convert these chances. You look at Everton against Liverpool. Everton showed so much fight, so much heart. They were resolute. They were tough to break down in there. They were creating a lot of good chances. They created a hell of a lot more chances against Liverpool than we did against Palace today. But anyway, who did you guys think was our best player? Did you think we had any impressive performances? I saw the three standouts for me. Meslier, Phillips, and Ayling. Those were my three standouts. Those were the three that I think can really hold their head high. I think all of them can hold their head high because even though it may not have been the most impressive performance... Oh, lights falling down. Even though it might not have been the most impressive performance, they still showed heart. They still fought their socks off. And they managed to keep a clean sheet and get us a point. I think we needed 3 though. In my opinion, I think we need 6 more points for survival. We need to get that 40 points. Then maybe, just maybe, we'll secure survival. What about you guys? How many points do you think we need for survival? Are you happy with 37? Are you happy with 38, 39, 36? Or do you think we need to hit that 40 point mark? 40 points in your safe. If you get relegated with 40 points, almost impossible. Almost impossible. And you have to be very, very unlucky. Very unlucky. But big games coming up now. Big games. And that's why I wanted points so bad this day. I tried everything. I tried the deadline day transfer shirt, Klich on the shirt, Klich on the score sheet. Didn't quite work out. In fact, Klich got dragged off the team sheet, yeah? He had a little argument there with Jesse Marsch. I really want to know what's happened there. I hope it's not too serious. But he comes to the sideline and he looks like he has a few choice words to say at Jesse Marsch. I'm not happy. I don't know what's happened between those two. But very shortly after that, Mateus Klich gets taken off for Robin Koch. Now, was it because he knew Robin Koch was going to come on before then? I don't know. I don't know what it was about, but Klich wasn't happy. We can't be having this kind of frictionless divide in there. I'm under no illusion that points are what we need. Points is all we need, so I can forget the football, forget the performances. As long as we get enough points to stay up this season, that's all I care about. But what do you guys think? Do you think these performances will hold up for the rest of the season? Do you think we'll be able to get those vital points with these kind of performances? And what would you do? Who would you change to the starting 11? We saw Greenwood and Joffrey come on today. Unfortunately, didn't really have the impact that they wanted to, but Leeds as a whole weren't really creating the opportunity. And of course, we also had the 16-day break, which didn't help us, as Calvin Phillips even touched on himself. I do think we should play Gelhardt the next game. I don't think Dan James really had any joy up front. Second half, early in the second half, started to get a little bit of joy, but the whole of the first half, he just couldn't get involved. But look, when I heard Calvin Phillips speak after the game, when I heard Jesse Marsch speak after the game, they seemed very calm, they seemed composed, and they seemed somewhat confident. And seeing the way they're so calm, seeing the confidence that they seem to have, maybe they know something I don't. Maybe they do. And it's giving me a tiny bit more confidence. And although, yes, 3 points were needed today, 2 points dropped in my opinion. Massive 2 points dropped. In the basis of the performance, it was a massive point gain. But in the basis of what we needed, it's a massive 2 points drop. But maybe, just maybe, they know something we don't. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to pull out something big in these next couple of games. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Who was your man of the match? If there was any man of the match for you guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Is Marsch's tactics working? Do we need to change the formation? Are we too open in the midfield? Defensively, are we strong enough, or are these clean sheets just papering over the cracks? Are we anywhere near creative enough with the players that we have going forward? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, I'll see ya very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers.